We talk about men's mental health. Patty Pimblett just fought and talk about if you have trouble with men's mental health, come forward.
As I said, women talk to each other. There's no stigma on women. They sit around and have a cup of tea and have a jangle.
True that.
Men don't, lad. Men feel like, oh, I can't go and say that to him because he'll think I'm a little mushroom. You know what I mean? That's what men think. But as I said in the cage, I'd much rather my friend come to me and speak to me and cry on my shoulder than me have to cry when I'm carrying his coffin a week later.
I just wanted to show the world that if mental health could bring somebody as big as me and as strong as me and, you know, the stereotype heavyweight champion of the world to my knees, then it could bring anybody to the knees.
What do you say to someone who is happy with what they do, lives a fulfilled life, exercises, and is still depressed?
Yes, I thought a lot about this. Remind me to come back to the thing about East London.
I know this is an issue with a lot of people. I know people that worship at the altar of science and modern medicine that firmly believe that all depression is because of some sort of chemical imbalance in the brain, and anything that debates that or anything that disputes that notion pisses them off.
Yeah, no, I understand that, and I would have been like that for many.
Do you get that?
Yeah, of course, I was like that for many years.
Do you get that?
Oh, do you mean, do I get some people responding that way? Sure, of course, of course. I think so the World Health Organization is the leading medical body in the world, right? They did a study of all the best evidence, and they explained very clearly that mental health is a social indicator, right? It has social causes, it needs social solutions as well as individual solutions. The science on this is overwhelming. You won't get many scientists who say, in fact, you struggle to find any scientists who say depression is purely a biological phenomenon, right? Pretty much everyone agrees there's some social and psychological component. I think there's a weird disconnect between what the scientists know and what the public is told, right?
And I now understand that for most people, depression is due to overindulging in instant gratification. And I know some people are going to start spazzing out. Wait, depression is genetic. Genetics do play a part, but the biggest reason why most people are depressed is because they are choosing to do the wrong things. You're doing all of the wrong habits, all of the bad habits that make your future selves' lives worse. Let's say you have depression right now. Most people don't even know that they have depression. What would life be like? You'd struggle to do the basic things that you shouldn't struggle with. You'll often find yourself skipping hygiene activities, especially. You'll find yourself skipping brushing your teeth. You'll find yourself skipping showering. You've had it in mind for a while. Okay, I'm going to start showering again. I'm going to start brushing my teeth. I'm going to start like cleaning my room again. And every single time you see your room's dirty, it comes to you like, yeah, I'm going to start like, I'll start cleaning my room day by day by day by day. Eventually it becomes overwhelming. And that usually depression causes the anxiety. You become a recluse. You spend more time lethargic, more time just kind of not acting as a happy, healthy human being would do. One of the most iconic activities of someone with depression, although this has never been classified, this is my bro science, is that the person will lie on their phone sideways in bed, mouth breathing. And I've said this before, like that to me right now when I look at it, because I used to do this for 3 to 5 hours per day, is so disgusting. When you really look at it from an outside perspective and just see like a person just lying in bed, no emotion. They say they're enjoying this shit, but at most, this is their laugh once they see a funny meme. That's it. For 5 hours. What if you're watching my video right now whilst lying sideways in bed? Just know that I'm disappointed. Mental health, especially depression, has this idea that we can't ever tell you, okay, change it. We're supposed to say, oh, you know, go to a qualified doctor and get antidepressants. I think that's bullshit. It's tricky because the habits that would get you out of depression are also the ones that you feel physically or mentally incapable to do.
But it's okay to not be in a very good place if what you're trying to do with that not very good place is make it better. And one of the things I really have learned as a clinical psychologist is that you just cannot believe how powerful incremental progress is. You can do the calculations like, it's like compound interest, you know. If you make your life 0.1% better a week, man, in 2 or 3 years, you're in such a better place than you were that it isn't even like the same domain. And if you keep that up for 10 years or 20 years, you know, especially if you're young and you start early, you start to straighten yourself out and fix the things that you can fix. You can transform your lives in ways that are completely unimaginable. And God only knows what the upper limit of that is in terms of human possibility, because we are amazing creatures, you know, when we really get our act together and stop running at 10% of our capacity, you know, so So that's what you do. You've got, you know, the fact that things aren't exactly the way they should be at least gives you something to do.